How do I intro the video? What's up, people? What is up, team, and welcome back to the channel. As you may have seen a month-ish ago on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, I had a new goal to run a sub 90-minute half marathon. This is what I've gained after a month's worth of training. Now, this video can be split up into 3 main parts. Challenges I have faced, what I have learned, and moving forward. Firstly, before we get into it, just while I've got you, I'd just like to say thanks for, watching any of my content, whether it's the shorts, the vlogs before the shorts, or if this is your first video, hi, what's up, thanks for watching, I guess. But yeah, it really does mean a lot, and if you could like, share, and subscribe, that would be generational. Yeah, just before we move on to the next part of the video, comment down below what kind of content you want to see moving forward. Right, let's get into it. Challenges I have faced. Now, you might be saying to yourself, it's only been a month. What possible challenges could have come up in that month? And to be honest, that is exactly what I would have told myself before this month. However, this almost ignorance to the first month of my training is really what has led me to pick up silly minor injuries that I really shouldn't have been getting. If you've watched the shorts or the TikToks from the beginning, you will have noticed quite the drop off in both pace and performance from the start to now. Now, this performance drop off has been mainly caused thanks to muscle strains, tightness, just general aches, and poor quality sleep, which leads us on to the next thing, rest. My sleep schedule has been non-existent. Honestly, it's destroyed any kind of routine and made getting up in the morning that little bit harder than it needs to be already. These challenges have been mentally fatiguing, but they were a real reality check and the kick up the that I needed. Now, let's move on to the next part. What have I learned? Right, what can this little gimp learn about running in the month or so of training that he didn't already know? Well, the truth is, most of what I've learned.
Session. Did I stutter?
I actually already knew. For example, prioritize good quality sleep instead of staying up to 2 AM watching TikTok. Recovery work is important. Manage a realistic workload. You see, these things in theory are simple basic tasks. However, there is a massive difference between knowing what to do and actually putting it into practice. Think about it like this. You know you shouldn't be watching TikTok or YouTube for hours and hours a day. But how many of you still watching do? You see how easy it is to put off or slump into bad habits. And whilst I'm not saying these are bad things to do, who would I be to say that? But what I am showing you is how easy it is to disregard the small things. I have also learned the importance of the gym, as before I started this journey, I was at the heaviest I'd ever been, whilst bulking at the gym. So when I went back to running, I went cold turkey on the gym.
When it comes to South London, LD's got a top 3 spot.
Diggity, I'm a one on bandit. Heard a new match just landed.
Now, that was definitely one of my biggest mistakes looking back on it. But that could be a whole video on its own, to be honest. Actually, whilst I have you, comment down below if that's something you'd want to see. Anyway, let's move on to the last part. Moving forward. So what is my plan moving forward? Well, whilst I have learnt a lot, I still have plenty more to not only learn, but also do. Firstly, I've made a big shift in focus to my diet, starting to take supplements such as protein powder, creatine, magnesium sleep powder, and vitamin. Well, this is vitamin C, but you're in that bag for some reason. I don't know why. Someone sponsor me so I don't have to put my stuff in stupid bags. My protein, I'm looking at you. I have also started to integrate some form of recovery work as I now stretch pre and post workout and have invested in the Holy Foam Roller. But what I think is the most important takeaway from this is to not expect overnight success. Change doesn't happen overnight, and that goes further than just physical health. For example, with YouTube, TikTok, I haven't just overnight gained thousands of followers, and I know this is due to a multitude of reasons, and rather than complaining or sulking, it's about accepting and learning. It's about pushing forward, improving, and most importantly, loving what you do. And that's the case for improving at almost anything. So that is that, team. 1 month down, 11 to go. Fuck, what am I doing? So that is that, team. 1 month down, 11 to go. Before you all leave, I'd just like to say thank you to anyone that's watched even a second of this video, especially if you made it this far. If you made it this far, comment dinosaur nugget. I'll know you're a real one if you comment dinosaur nugget. What the heck? Anyway, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Really does help me out a lot. And as for the future, expect updates throughout the year, a return to the vlogs, hopefully a lot better than before, and of course your motivation every other day. That's been me. Have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.